This is the final push before the MOT. Let's see what breaks first, shall we? Welcome back to RFM. Last time the GN125 went back together mechanically. Today we are finishing her off, doing the wiring, indicators, brakes, exhaust and a full walk around before she goes anywhere near that dreaded MOT station. It's a budget build, belt and braces approach. Well, let's get into it, shall we? When I plug everything back in again, I like to make sure everything is all connected. Then I can see where everything is meant to be. I know it means me unplugging a few things along the place, but you can soon see where things are meant to be this way. First job is always the same. Tidy the wiring and make sure everything that needs to be connected actually is. No shortcuts here. A loose connector on the GN125 can send you chasing ghosts for hours. Route it properly, clip it down, then move on. Let the start button work, horn work, just simple check. You do them now so you're not embarrassed when you have the MOT test when they go wrong. This is where it completely went wrong for me. I had no indicators, nothing, no flash, no click, no nothing at all. I had a slow look around and spotted there was a faintest glimmer of hope. The right hand indicator was staying on, but very faintly, just enough to tell me there was something trying to happen, but not enough to actually work. Pulled the relay right out, bridged it, indicators lit straight up. It's a dead relay. That's it. That's the fault. I spent the last 20 minutes checking wiring that was absolutely fine for a relay that only cost a couple of quid on Amazon. Job done. Front brake now, and this is where it gets really grim. The lever goes straight to the bar, no resistance at all, nothing at all. I took the reservoir cap off and that told the whole story. The fluid was the brownest brown I've ever seen. It wasn't just old, it was deep brown. I've not seen anything like this for a long time. This doesn't just happen overnight. This brake system hasn't been touched in a very long time and the fluid has absorbed everything it can around it. I drained it completely. I didn't even try to flush it out or even try to salvage it. A full drain and fresh brake fluid, then a full bleed from scratch. Clean fluid through the whole system, firm lever and no sponge. That's a brake system I would trust on the road. If you're buying a used bike of any age, always check the fluid colour before you even think about riding it. Brown fluid is a huge warning here and you should not ignore it. The front mudguard's on, straightforward fitting here, but it's always one of those jobs that makes a bike look finished. Amazing what a mudguard does for a rolling chassis, isn't it? Turned the bike around for the exhaust. New silencers going on, and there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. The wrong way, bolt the downpipe tight up against the header first, then try to wrestle the silencer onto the end. You'll spend 20 minutes fighting the angle and you will scratch your silencer and you will not be able to get anything to mount up properly. It's one of those jobs that make you feel like that the bike is winning. The right way is do the downpipe but do it up loosely. Hand type is more than enough, nothing more. Let the whole system float, then offer the silencer up, find where it wants to naturally want to sit and get the mounting bracket located before you actually tighten anything. The silencer tells you where it wants to be. You're not forcing it, you're letting the system find its own alignment and then locking it in. Once the silencer bracket is bolted to the frame, everything upstream tightens in sequence. The last thing you want to do is your head clamp. Do this in order every time and it will go together in a few minutes rather than a few hours. Fight it and you'll be there for the whole afternoon. For a simple refresh, this has actually pushed me to the limit. I wasn't expecting to pay to get extra parts on it like the exhaust or a new brake hub, to be honest, but still we've kept within the guidelines to keeping it to a budget. The main thing is to keep the bike nice and safe for the next user. It does look tidy now, I must admit that. And that's it, full walk around. She starts, she runs, indicates work, brakes works, no leaks, no rattle. This has been a budget refresh. Nothing exotic, nothing unnecessary. Everything that needed to be fixed has been fixed. Everything that was already working has been left alone. Part 5 is the one what matters. She will be going to the MAT station. Everything we have done in this series will be judged in one go. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you've had similar faults on your bike, dead relays, blown brakes, or anything similar to what we have gone through, comment down below. I'll get back to you.